Welcome, welcome. It's week 11, and I am doing notes today for Home Depotemkin. Home Depotemkin, in the past, I'm going to say 2.5-ish months after Frosty Faustings, really, has been pretty much committing to Leo. We see him on screen. I did notes for Home Depotemkin early on when he played his set against Alpaca. And I've been able to play Home Depotemkin several times relatively recently. I believe I played Home Depotemkin at the last FGC meetups I went to about 3 weeks ago, 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And it's been looking very good so far. And we've done, of course, analysis for HDP on studio full reviews, which can be found on the YouTube channel. But this week we're doing notes for HDP against Erdan. Erdan is local Giovanna player, Color 7 Giovanna enthusiast. We'll have to see what's going on, as always. We're going to get into things and think about the round start. Round start, Geo, I think, has a very strong round start. I'm not so familiar with the Leo round starts. I played a lot, especially early on when I moved back to the Chicago area. I played a lot against Chairman Fan, yet another local Giovanna player. So, when I think of Giovanna round starts, I'm thinking walk back dash 5K. That's the Giovanna classic. They love to do it. Dash 2K, 5K, 6P to call out any sort of mid option for the upper body invulnerability. Other than that, generally Giovanna is very strong at the round start in a way that I think is a bit subversive of expectations when you think of round start because of how great her dash is. She can just back off super comfortably and then react to what the opponent wants to do. And I think that makes Giovanna quite strong at the round start. Leo, of course, has some solid round start options, being that he has pretty long buttons. Far slash, heavy slash, 2S, 2K, dash 2K, 5K, 2D is a bit of a call out option, but high commitment, high reward. Leo also has a very similar strong round start positioning that Giovanna does because they both have strong step dashes. Regardless, those are my ideas. Also, two very grounded characters, so I don't expect a lot of jumping, especially at a round start posture. But let's get into this round start. Both very passive. Just feeling it out. I'll just point it out just right away. I'll say love the passive round start. Heart emoji. Or less than 3, not emoji. Just get right into it. That was far slash into H Swite. It's establishing. It's establishing the offense early on. I feel like this is greedy, but it happens to work out. I'll just say it. H White is a hard commitment and feels greedy. I guess because it was so quick and early, it'll have long-term implication, but it feels to me like an impatient use of the option. Using something like S-White can be a little bit difficult on block because of how quickly Giovanna can move. I think at that range, it might have been safe in air quotes. That's like almost safe, maybe. And it puts you into a really strong position here, but I just feel uncomfortable using that so early. It feels like a crutch for the low to mid level Leo players, honestly. Whenever I see a player, a high level player, when I see like Razzo or Tempest playing Leo, they are very few and far between. It's very few and far between when they use H White, because they know it is, I guess in air quotes, reactable. It's a mental stack thing, and it just feels a little greedy in this situation, but it works out. Small missed time on the meaty 5K or back turn K. Good use of the stance cancel. Range check gets the 2S. We're able to convert into that and get the burst out. I just want to point out early on, I like the use of the neutral walkbacks, just playing at that full range out, like in that dash attack range that both Leo and Giovanna really like to be at. And I think that's something that's Home Depotemkin has been doing a good job of lately. Gets a bit of a burst in option using that speed. Dash 5K for Leo is such a great tool, and it catches Erdan trying to approach at the same time. But I think because of that forward momentum off the 5K, it makes it a little bit better for Home Depotemkin in this particular scenario. Knockdown, set up, staggers. Honestly surprised that didn't get the wall stick there. So I mentioned this when we went over Home Depotemkin's set versus Hotashi last week in studio class. This offense here, just your SHS stagger strings, it's not threatening much. It's not threatening a lot. Something that I told Chairman Fan that I think rings true very well with Leo, especially in a situation like this, is that your offense opens up with the grab. The grab makes the offense scary. And you don't have to do it a lot. You don't have to do it every single time. You just grabbing once is so strong in an entire set. Like for every 2 games, 2 to 3 games that you have offense, just like at least one throw, please. For every 4 rounds, let's make this a goal. For every 4 rounds, get at least one throw. And especially in a situation like this, it will create the threat and make your offense more potent, I think. So I'll just make a note of this. For around 43-ish seconds, this stagger string offense is maybe doesn't have a game plan. I can tell that the game plan is that there's a stagger string and we're trying to get in on the strike throw mix, but it doesn't have structure. I think it doesn't have potency. I don't know. HCP, you're probably watching this. I think you understand what I'm trying to get at. The stagger string offense doesn't have structure in such a way that the throw is a threat. Like, right here, we do close slash, and then we do 2S, and then the threat of throw is gone, right? Especially if Erdan were to be using faultless defense. Once we do that follow-up off the close slash, that Gatling off the close slash, the threat of throw is gone, and I feel comfortable just holding down back. Yeah. And you just give up your turn completely here because of that. And we lose so much. And we're like already back at center screen. This led to losing your turn and returning to center stage. Also of note, we had 50% tension a long time ago. So like, attack, there's the throw, good job. Also 50% tension means that would have killed. I'll just make a note of that. About 53-ish seconds, we'll say. RC after throw to kill. Pretty please. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, it's gone. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if you're watching this. Round start. I'm going to assume those to be 5p. Let's just take a brief look-see. We got counter hit. Unfortunately, we don't have a telling screen, a frame to show us what it was. This is going to be a big if. Big if here. But if you went for 5p anti-air, which I know is great, then you got totally blown up. If you're doing the last minute anti-air, then you might as well go for the sure thing. Like 6p. Huge damage. Mildly scary burst point, but we showed that we were sort of accepting our fate so far in after the first hit. Yeah, it's a bit weird to burst that because you look like scared of the close slash jump cancel. Missed heavy flash kick, it looks like. Preemptive 6p catches the approach. 2D punish, that's clever. It seems a little preemptive. I don't know if that was necessarily reactionary because it was so quick. It's a cute idea. I like that idea. Idea here of FD out, backdash, with punish with 2D. Very clever. Right into back turn pressure. Small thing I want to point out, the last time we got back turn pressure was the same sequence, back turn KKH. Good answer, good response. We have back turn pressure here? No. That was just goofy. You're like definitely not going to kill here, and I don't know if you're trying to get wall break. I feel like you gave up pressure by just going into white. I feel like you gave up your pressure here by doing S white to get damage. Even something like drop the combo a little early, even if the next hit was going to break the wall or wall stick. Even something like just simply dropping the combo, you get a single hit, like 1 or 2 hits into the wall stick. I think it's fine. I generally like it, but I have a more focused game plan in trying to get wall slump in my character. But you can really get a lot of great situations here. Keeping back turn, you threaten so much. Even like a meaty H Swite would be pretty strong in a situation like that. Goofy throw tech situation. Safe jump. I mean, you can check them. It's just always almost always a safe jump. Giovanna players, they're not gonna not safe jump. Like if you get hit by close slash OTG, they're going to safe jump you. Like your response is there instead of reversal without tension to get out. Like if you're super scared of the pressure, you should have 50% tension just to get out. But it's just always a safe jump. Ooh, unfortunate drop. RC. Good usage of meter for Erdan. One's on the board. Rounds. Round start 5H. I just want to point out, when I've played you, Home Depotemkin, this isn't. I'm not going to put this on the notes yet, but if it becomes an issue later, I just want to point out you use dash 2D a lot as just I want to get in and surprise my opponent. When I feel like you can accomplish the same with a different tool. You get a lot of reward if your opponent is just not blocking low. But if they are, you just blow up. You get put into a bad situation. Leo's defensive situation isn't like bad. He has a cross-up protected reversal, invincible reversal. But if you do something like dash 2K, dash 2S, I feel like you accomplish the same. That's the third time you did it. It's the third time you did it. I'm writing it down now, officially. Every time you've gotten back turn pressure, 3 times so far, you've done back turn KKH. Just an FYI. I know I have a different perspective. I'm looking at this with a very granular perspective. Maybe it's different when I'm on defense. But if this happens again, I'm going to scold you for it. Safe jump? I don't know what that was. Erdan messed up the pressure, I guess. That should be, like, at best, a true block string. At worst, that's gotta be throw safe. Alright, you did a different situation. You did... What does back turn P get on in pressure situations? I feel like it doesn't do much. Like, it doesn't... So my frame of understanding, when I think of Leo back turn pressure, there is back turn K, which is the default. That's the low. It doesn't have a lot of range. It's fast. It's 1 frame slower than back turn P, I believe. But it's the low, and you can cancel it. You can do back turn KK. You can do K-K, whatever. Back turn S is plus frames. It's big. It's disjointed. I assume it's disjointed, and it gives you plus frames. Back turn H is your overhead. It catches backdash a lot of the time too. It also gives you plus frames when you stance cancel out of it. But back turn P to me feels at mostly like a combo tool. Like you get counter hit, heavy slash, H swipe, back turn PH, whatever. That's what I've accomplished with it in my limited Leo experience. You get an open up with a overhead. Keeping pressure. I feel like you want to just get a little bit closer there so that back turn KK is actually a threat. Do K overhead. Alright. 3 out of the 5 times you've done back turn KKH. Might as well do it when you have 50% tension. Does that get wall break? Nice. Safe jab setup. 5p to finish out. Decent. Let's see. What have our last round starts been? Very defensive by Home Depotemkin, I think, every time. Erdan tried to do 5H and round start the last time. Dash 2S. A little bit late on some sort of challenge. Go2K has to be like, what, 6 frames? Safe jump. IBFD, that's what you gotta do. We learned. We're learning on the job. Neutral here. That was clever. Using the S fireball to get Erdan impatient, thinking, oh, he's going to keep trying to zone me. We did it 3 times, and then spiral arrows to try and call it out. What are we doing? I fail to see what back turn P does here. I just don't see a function. It doesn't facilitate the mix-up. Back turn KK, it might be a true block string, it might not be. I'm not sure, but it just doesn't do much. Erdan got greedy. I assume... I mean, you can keep that extra plus with like 2k, I know. Leo 2k is busted. We had 50% tension. I'll let it slide. That was Erdan not paying attention. There's that 2D again. There's that 2D again. I'm writing it down. Neutral a lot. Not necessarily so far in this set, but from my experience playing you. I feel like you do dash 2D just to catch your opponent off guard in neutral, but you can get big time punished for it. It's fine. I think it's fine with a modest amount of frequency, like not so frequent, once or twice in an entire set, unless you have 50% tension, of course. But I feel like you can accomplish the same idea while committing less with dash 2k or dash 2s. Both are incredibly strong. They're nuts options. They're so good. 2k check, backdash, punish, or attempted punish. I assume that was like default autopilot, and that's why they got counter hit, but... Alright. You've officially started doing other things. I'm just going to make a note of here. I don't need to make a note of it. Plus frames. Was that a mistake? I understand how it could be. That just doesn't do anything, though. I've been told. I think this is something that Monty was explaining in GG Strive general chat in the Midwest Discord. S Zwite fast RC H Zwite. I believe it cannot. The only counterplay is backdash, but you have to dash the opposite direction because you're getting crossed through. I don't think it's I think it's throw safe. And if you have to DP through it, you have to DP through the other way. This doesn't give you a mix-up, doesn't give you back turn or anything. I don't know. I guess it's safe. I'm going to Dust Loop right now. What is H White on block? Guilty Gear Strive, Leo Whitefang. Scrolling all the way. Alright. Air throw, there's the fireball, there's the DP. Alright. Ers Kaltes Gestuber. I guess not Zwite, whatever it is. Okay, Zwite is 236H, excuse me. I guess same idea. It's -6 on block. So I guess it's not necessarily great, but it's hard to deal with. That's a good use of 5P. Oh no. I think that was just autopilot. I want to get into guard point here. Right into the DP. Alright. Oh, we missed round start. Whoops. Get right into back turn. Alright, we're starting to block the overheads. Meaty overhead. So something that I know is like the anti-Leo tech. If you can understand how far away you are from the opponent, then you can get around the overhead. And I'm not sure if Erdan's caught on to that yet, but Erdan has just blocked back turn H 2 out of 3 times in the last 3 instances. Surprised that wasn't counter hit recovery. Hard bait. Understandable. Have a nice day. Even still, like, I don't feel terrible if you get hit by burst, because look how much life you have. You can manage to get bursted. Not a huge deal, I guess. Next round, 2-0 in favor of Home Depotemkin. Round start. Dash 2P. It's a mid, that would have been blocked. Dash 2P, I'm not sure what that accomplishes. We're just right on defense. Got caught with the backdash. That's some geo problems. Early burst, pretty much guaranteed burst point. There's that same situation. Especially from so far away, I hope you don't get too greedy with those. When it's from that far away, I hope you don't get too greedy with H as white. I'm just going to call them both as white, because I don't care. Got bursted. 6P. I am going to say every time, maybe missed one, but good 6Ps against those cannon, spiral arrows, not cannon spike. Different camming move. IBFD. Still gets chased down. That's just some good old-fashioned geo pressure. I see the P. I still have no idea what it's supposed to do. Like, I guess in this case, rather than going into S, if you go into P, you get to go back to back turn K. I'm not sure if back turn K would necessarily hit. That looks almost too far away to get for a back turn K to connect. Good conversion. Not sure how I feel about that wall break. I feel like you can stay in back turn and just use super to either get plus frames with back turn super or just to break, because back turn super does so much damage. Strange anti-air 5H. Oh no, dropped combo. Good cancel off the clash there. Round start. Let's check. Dash 2K. Finally, the walking back gets punished, but not blown up. And you're able to get here. Catching the backdash is like what, -4, -3? I'm going to assume that was missed fireball. Again. Or trying to get around burst. People should baiting burst. Ugh. Okay, that was not a burst bait. That was a tick throw setup. Okay. I hate it when people bait burst when they really don't need to. That was a goofy interaction. Oh, that looked meaty as heck. Attempted whiff punish. I assume that's the goal of what was going on. But it caught Erdan trying to backdash instead. Backdash gets caught by dash 5k. There's the reversal out. Mix up. Missed media, unfortunate. Let's see what Erdan was trying to do here. Oh, that's the startup of 2H if I've ever seen it. That looks like reversal super. Unfortunate. Might have been able to just buffer back turn D anyway. I'm not sure. 3-0 currently round start. 5H gets blocked. Stole a turn back. Caught the back dash. Good IBFD. I'm gonna complain about it. It worked, but I'm gonna complain about it. Stop baiting burst. You've done it. I'll be conservative and say twice. You've done it twice, but I hate it so much. Ugh. Missed wire C. Caught the backdash. You're backdashing a lot on defense. And it's starting to really get blown up. Erdan is catching on. You're backdashing a lot on defense now. I think this is maybe a derivative of what it seems is that you feel more comfortable in neutral when you're very far away, where you're in that space where your opponent is not a threat and you can use your step dash to its advantage. So I think as a point against that is that you're always trying to be far away from your opponent, and therefore it feels like you're scared to be up close when your opponent is trying to push you down or start their offense. Alright, didn't burst. I like that you saved your burst. Thinking about the future. Think of the children. Held it for a little bit, okay. That was just a hard call out. Scary burst point though. Alright, we got the 50% tension. I just want to take a moment and let's just take a look at this pressure here. You see what we did with this 2K, 6K? The threat of the special afterwards, or the cancel after the 6K, is a threat enough that we're scared of pressing something, especially when we have 50% tension, mind you. But rather than simply canceling, the threat of the cancel is enough for you to reset your pressure and reset your offense, and that provides you opportunities in a lot of different situations, rather than just close slash 2S, 5H, 2S, 5H, whatever. I just want to point that out. That killed. I figured that was so close to not killing. Good anti-air. Oh, preemptive 2D. Safe jump. Come on, man. I'm writing it down now. Maybe it's just me having played Lloyd, where Lloyd's whole thing is just safe jumping every single time. What are we writing? What are we writing? We say at 7 minutes and 18 seconds. If Geo does close slash OTG, it's gonna be a safe jump setup. If you're doing invincible reversal, you better have 50% tension to keep it safe. This is the second time this is happened, by the way. We learned. Trying to press out. 2D, we had our seat backup, but it's scary. I I feel like you just might be leaning on it a little bit too much. I'm gonna complain about it. And when you have nearly 100% tension, I'm gonna complain about it. Use the RC first. Use the RC first, please. Pretty please. It's free. You get a better combo if it does nothing. And it's free. Safe jab attempted setup. That just feels greedy. I don't know. I get it. You think, oh, I have 50% tension and they're definitely looking for an invincible reversal. Let's try to do super so they don't throw me out of my flash kick. That was just a drop from Erdan. Yeah, Erdan, I think Erdan's catching on to the spacing. Off back turn pressure. Safe jump setup. Erdan trying to fuzzy out. Backdash, up back, what have you. Big combo. We didn't have RC though. Alright, punish. That's just a bit strange. I guess close slash anti-air maybe? I don't know. Hardly relevant. Maybe S flash kick, but dropped it. There's that far slash H swipe again. Counter into early DP, sure. We didn't punish it this time. We were just trying to get space, I guess. 3 hits into super. That's a lot of damage. Safe jump setup. Mistimed the H. There's that far slash H swipe again. Plus frames. Trying to get around how much tension Erdan has by just cashing out, getting the positive bonus. Maybe dead? Yeah, just got caught trying to approach. It's okay, we have burst coming, basically. Lost your wallet for a moment. Walk of shame. Early burst. There's the dash 2D again. Pressure. Erdan pokes out. Trying to safe jab setup attempt. I know you're trying to look for the reversal. I get it. But do you really have to backdash there? Or step back? If you're looking for the reversal, you can just take a moment, respond with back turn D in the super flash, and otherwise do something else, like, I don't know, back turn S, because it has so much range. Opens you up mix up with stance cancel 2S, stance cancel 2K, stance cancel 2D, and back turn H. Let's write it down. I know you're looking for a reversal bait here, but I don't think you need to step back that far to accomplish the same thing. Like, you lost all that space and caught Erdan trying to spiral arrow out somehow. Wow, that didn't kill. Safe jab setup. I understand that you're going for the safe jab setup. You're mistiming it, I think, every time. Just growing pains, I guess. Set point. Let's see, round start. We haven't done a single offensive round start this entire time, maybe? All of them have at least started out with slight walk back. Or I guess down back, yeah. We're pressing out here. Good attempt. Maybe buffered into the 6K and got counter hit for it. I wonder if there's a way to convert that into back turn. Maybe you're just trying to keep the corner. Or even... I don't know, Leo can accomplish so much outside of the corner. I don't think it's always necessary. I don't know. I'm not a Leo player. Just a thought. Looking for the reversal. You started... just pointing out, this is a good thing. You started out, your very first back turn offensive sequences were all back turn KKH. And you've done it once in the past, I'm going to guess, 8 to 10 times. It's a good thing. Set point. Dash 2K. Just curious. Slight walk back, dash 2K. This is, I want to see 2K more than 2D. 2K is a busted button. Man's got go-go gadget extendo legs or some John. Barely connected, it looked like. Not sure what that 5P was going for. So let's just take a look here. That's pressure. Missed some sort of safe jab or timing setup, maybe? This 6H is already, like, better, I guess. But that's even better. Just 5H dash 2S. Just introducing more than just canceling your S and H buttons. Reversal DP, RC. Sort of caught and back turn, it looked like. Yeah, Erdan does not want to have any of that. Well, unfortunate, no pickup. I think maybe cancel it into 6K a little bit early, but hit on the late hit of 2K. There's a burst coming out. I'm just guessing. Throw a whiff. Yeah. Solid burst point. This ought to be dead, right? Alright. A lot of great things. A lot of good things. I think it's just settling into habits rather than continuing to grow and give your Leo more depth. I think your neutral is good. I think you're a little bit focused in on the reward rather than the consequences in some situations. So I think a little bit of extra focus on how to turn a single button on block into a strong offensive position, and then not relying too heavily on high-risk applications such as dash 2D and H white on block. Otherwise, a lot of good things, and the consistency is getting very clean. Very good job. And I look forward to seeing your growth as you continue.